Welcome back to FM Storey. We're approaching the midway point of season 9 of the South American Glory Hunt to Save, our first season in Peru with Universitario. And after a very ropey start, it's turned out quite good. We've got 2 games left in the opening league phase. We are 1 point clear at the top of the table. So without further ado, let's get into the action and see if we can end up finishing top at the end of the league phase. It's time for the last day of the opening phase of the league season. We've played 1 game since the end of the last episode, which was a 2-2 draw against the team in 4th, Sport Boys. We were 1-0 up at half time and then had to rely on a 93rd minute equaliser from Coronado to get anything from the game. Which means going into that last game of the season, we are now second. We're a point behind Melgar. We're playing Comerciantes, who are down in 17th. They're playing Cantalau, who are down in 14th. Hopefully Cantalau can get something from that game, because if they don't, then obviously we're not going to finish top of the table. And realistically, finishing top of the table in the opening league phase is the best thing that can happen, because at worst you're going to get a championship playoff. At best, if you win both league phases, there's no championship playoff and you win the league title. So ideally, we need to somehow finish top of the table after this game. So this is the team we've picked for the final game of the opening stage of the league season. We've got our players back from the Copa America. So Ventura comes into the defence and Jorge Diaz is coming in at left back. De Ruyter moving into centre half. We are struggling a bit in terms of the players we've got in the midfield. Mia, who's been outstanding for us, is just coming back from an injury and can only play a maximum of 45 minutes. Alanzinho is out for 4 weeks. Diego Neira's out injured again. And so we are a bit struggling in that midfield area. But hopefully we've got enough to pick up the 3 points and then hoping on a result in the Melgar game. All right, they've got to throw in their own half. It's far too easy for them to pop the ball around here, though. They're attacking down the left-hand side. Cross in towards the back post. That needs to be a wake-up call, because that was far too easy the way they got in there. All right, a throw for us, Diaz to Aguirre, and he's giving it away. And now they're looking to break. And again, they're cutting us open far too easily. And now they're in. I'm hoping that's offside, but I'm not. Oh, it has been disallowed. He did just make the run too early. We've got away with one there, because that's twice they've had the ball and they've come forward far, far too easily. All right, so they've gone long from a goal kick. Ramirez pulls it down. Vargas to Aguirre. Navarro going down the channel on the left-hand side. Drives into the box, squares it. Vargas has got to be scoring there. Right, a corner. De Ruyter to take it. In swing it towards the near post. It's headed back to him. Goes low to Vargas. Amaya. We are just not really at the races here today. Diaz with a throw. Back to him. Navarro down the left. Cross towards the back post. It's headed away from Coronado. Amaya goes back to Ventura. Ramirez. Aguirre. Then goes all the way back to De Ruyter. Jorge Diaz, can we get the ball in the box, please? Aguirre to Amaya. We needed that. He's lashed it into the top corner. After those opening couple of attacks from them, we have calmed down a bit. We've dominating possession. We've started creating some chances, and he just shifts it and then just lashes it into the roof of the net for 1-0. Right, Diaz with a throw. Navarro. Sotomayor. Diaz now with some time on the left. Navarro. A pass into Coronado. He's got to be offside there, surely. Surely that's offside. We're going to VAR check for it. And yeah, it is offside. It's a lovely pass from Navarro. It's just Coronado, actually it's closer than it looked, but he just sneaked a bit too early. And there we are, half-time, 1-0 up. We're doing the job so far. We weren't great to begin with, but we've got better as the game's gone on. And as things stand at half-time, Melgar are drawing 0-0. Obviously, there's still a long way to go, but currently we are top of the table again. Right, we've sent the same team out to start the second half because they'd ended that first half well. A throw from Amaya. Ramirez to Vargas, who's giving it away, cutting into the box, but they've only lashed it up to our players. Ventura finds Amaya on the right. It's gone all the way through to Coronado. Vargas hits the woodwork and goes behind. Right, we've got a couple of changes getting ready to come on, but we've got the ball. Coronado to Aguirre, Deraitis out to Jorge Diaz, who's about to come off, into Navarro. We're knocking the ball around pretty well now. Back to the keeper. And Diaz on this left again. Ramirez into Vargas. Navarro now through the middle. Puts us 2-0 up. And that gives us a bit more comfort that we're not going to get caught by one attack on the break. We've popped it around nicely at the back. Deraitis into Ramirez. Finds Vargas, who takes a touch. And then Navarro making the run between the two centre halves. And then puts it in the top corner. Right, Amaya with the throw. Coronado. We've gone all the way back to the keeper. Across to Quinones, who's just come on. He's been out for a long time with injury. Ramirez. Quinones. Ramirez again, driving forward. Amaya for the run of Maya. Gets a second attempt at it and then fires it into the bottom corner. He tried to pull it back the first time. It got blocked and then he just hammered it across goal, in off the far post. That makes it 3-0 and surely the 3 points are secure now. It's a great ball, great run. And he just takes a touch and then just hammers it across goal. Right, a throw for them. Right, Coronado dropping deep, picked it up, finds Navarro on the left-hand side. Just driven to the byline, pulls it back to the edge of the box. We've somehow hit the woodwork again. Deraitis, and now the keeper's got it, and he goes long down the field. Deraitis with a corner up in the air. Mayer's dropping back to pick it up. Sotomayor to Aguirre. Now Deraitis on the left finds Coronado in the box. He's gone down. It looks like the referee's given a penalty here. And he has. It's been confirmed by VAR. And Coronado is going to step up to take the penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way, puts it in the bottom corner, makes it 4-0. And now all attention kind of turns to the Melgar game to see what's happening there. Now that we've secured the 3 points here, it is still 0-0 in that game into injury time. And we've won 4-0 on the last day of the season. And Melgar and Cantalau finished 0-0. It means we finished the opening phase of the league season top of the table. But we're straight back into action. We've got less than a week's break before the closing stage of the league season kicks off. We have made it into August and we've got a big game coming up at home against Sporting Cristal. We've started the closing stage of the league reasonably well. We've got 2 wins and 2 draws from our opening 4 games. First up, we drew 1-1 with Melgar. We then beat Ayacucho 3-1 away from home with a Coronado hat-trick. We drew 2-2 with Binacional, having been 2-1 up at half-time. And then in the most recent league game, we won 3-2 away at Universidad San Martin. So looking at the league, we are sat in 6th. This game between us and Sporting Cristal is the one that both of us have in hand. They've won 3 from 4. If we can get a victory over them, it'll push us up into 3rd, and will have meant we've got rid of the Melgar and Sporting Cristal games already this season. Over the opening and closing phase, Coronado's been brilliant in front of goal, 15 goals so far this season. We are now, though, unfortunately out of the Copa Libertadores. We lost the home leg 4-1 against our former club Internacional. It didn't help that we had a player sent off. However, it was 3-1 at that point. It was also 3-1 when Kawi, our goalkeeper, got injured and tore his wrist ligaments, which seems a pretty serious injury for a goalkeeper. The second leg, however, we did win 2-1 away from home. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and we went out 5-3 in aggregate. But given the stature of Internacional, I think we acquitted ourselves pretty well there. We did a bit of business in the transfer window. There was a couple of players went out. None of them were really close to the first team. The closest to the first team was the backup goalkeeper in Saravia, who went to Universidad San Martin. Because of that, we then needed to bring in another goalkeeper. So we brought in Omar Guerrero from Municipal. He unfortunately was injured when he first came in. Luckily, he'd recovered from his injury by the time we got to that game against Internacional where Kawi got sent off. But I think we've now got 2 really decent goalkeepers who can really challenge each other going forward for the rest of the season. And I feel a lot more comfortable with Guerrero in goal, with Kawi being out, than I would have done with Saravia. Now, going into the game against Sporting Cristal, we have some issues. Obviously, Kawi is out with his torn wrist ligaments. It says there that De Ruyter is suspended. He's actually broken his foot as well, so he wouldn't have been playing even if he wasn't suspended. And then we've got players doubtful as well. So it's going to be a tough task, a bit of a patched up team, but hopefully we can come out with a win. So this is the side we've picked. It's a bit of a patched up back 4 with Diaz at left back and Quinones in centre of defence. But hopefully we can create chances and Coronado can score some goals to get us 3 points here. Right, a corner for them into the near post. It's come back out to the corner taker. Shifted it infield. They've gone back to the right. Cross is half blocked. And then Omar Guerrero makes a great save from point blank range to put it behind for another corner. In swinger, headed clear at the near post. Now Maya brings it clear and we've got it away. They've certainly started the sharper of the 2 teams. They had a lot more possession early on. We've now got ourselves on the ball. But we've given away a free kick on the edge of our own area. Ramos over the wall, off the woodwork. And we've scrambled it clear. We are very much backs against the wall here by the looks of things. Right, a corner for us, Coronado to take it into the near post. Header saved at the near post, and then that's offside. Right, a free kick for them, whipped out to the right-hand side. Fuentes gets his foot on it. Neira now brings it clear, loses out, but Amaya storming down this right-hand side. Loses out. And we've won it back. We've pressed them high. Some wild tackles flying in. Neira. Back to Fuentes. Out to Jorge Diaz. Somehow it's found its way through to Navarro in the box. Back to Diaz. Neira on the edge of the box. Shifts it to Amaya. And he was always leaning back, and that was going over the top from the moment it left his foot. Free kick, though, to us. Great shooting opportunity for Ventura, the centre-half. Steps up over the wall. Unfortunately, just a touch too high. And there we are, half-time 0-0. We've grown into the game more as it's gone on. But we're just lacking a touch of quality here, I think. Right, we made one change at half-time. Kiro Ramirez was struggling a bit for fitness in the midfield, so we've brought on Alanzinho on his way back from injury. Right, Alanzinho with the corner towards the far post. It's headed clear as far as Neira. He drives forwards. He's still got it by the corner flag. Amaya back to Fuentes. Ventura now on the right. Fuentes into Alanzinho, round the corner for Coronado, and he just couldn't direct it on target. And Maya with the throw back to him. Coronado now. Ventura for Amaya on the right. Ventura swings the crossover, and the keeper comes and claims it easily. And then he throws it out. And they've looked to go over the top, but it goes straight through to Guerrero in goal for us. He rolls it out to Ventura. Maya turns Neira into Alanzinho, knocks it onto Navarro, who's in the box, goes to chip the keeper. The keeper gets back, tips it over for a corner. Alanzinho to take it towards the far post. It's headed clear, only as far as Neira. It goes down the right, crosses towards the back post, and they've headed away for another corner. We're building a bit of pressure here. Another corner from Alanzinho from that left. Again towards the far post, up in the air. The header goes down, but luckily it was easy for the keeper just to drop on. They've run long. Diaz gets his head on it. Ventura. Back to Fuentes. Neira. Navarro. Quiones wide to Diaz on this left. Can we get the ball in the box? Alanzinho to Neira. Maya from distance. Just couldn't get it on target. Right, we've made another couple of changes to get some more fresh legs on. Right, they've gone long with a goal kick. It's gone all the way through. Fuentes tidying up. Finds Diaz. Luna gives it away on the right, but Sotomayor is there. We've given it away again. Sotomayor goes back to Guerrero. Quinones. Aguirre with space in the field, driving into the box. Shot blocked. Luna cross to the back post. Alanzinho helps it back into the box, and somehow, I think that was Navarro's, headed it over from about 3 yards. All right. Fuentes. Can we get a goal that our pressures deserved in the second half? We're into injury time here. Fuentes goes back to Guerrero. Sanchez. Aguirre over the top looking for Navarro. Gets his head on it. The flag's gone up. It was a weird one. It has been disallowed. The ball comes into Aguirre, he takes a touch and then just flips it over the top. And Navarro was offside. He went with his head, got there and put it in the back of the net, but it won't count. And there we are, full time. It was a slow start from us, but we created so many chances in the second half. We should have taken at least one of them. And unfortunately, it's a 0-0 draw. At least it's not a defeat. I'm still unbeaten in this closing stage of the league, but that's 2 wins and 3 draws from 5 games. And there we are, the end of another episode. We have done pretty well, I think. We've ended the opening stage, the Apertura, as top of the table, 1 point clear of Melgar. We've started the closing stage better than we started the opening stage. We are unbeaten from 5 games, although we have drawn 3 of them, including games against the sort of top sides in Melgar and Sporting Cristal. Really, the aim next episode is to kick on and try and pick up some more victories. We've got a tough game to start the next episode against Alianza Lima, who were the league favourites at the start of the season. So join us next time to see how we get on that game against Alianza Lima. See if we can put a run of victories together. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.